Welcome, YouTube. Welcome. This is Deathstrike, your boy Deathstrike, coming with you with chapter 3 of Kaiju number 8, a story by Naoma Matsumoto. Great story. Someday I would like to see it animated, and that's why I'm here to talk about it. So let's get right into it. No delay. Let's start off. It seems like the first two chapters, based on the amount of pages in the first two chapters, they were like, I think we started off with the first one was like 60 something, and then now the second one was like 40 something. So it seems like now we're coming down in number to an amount of pages that's more like realistic. Sometimes the long chapters kind of like it becomes like long winded. I don't know if any of you have read like long chapters, especially like I remember when like Boruto first came out. Like some of the chapters would be like I think once a chapter goes above like I don't really know. I mean, what's enough for you for a chapter to end? I don't really know. But sometimes when it's like too long, you're kind of like when is this gonna end? And sometimes when the boxes and the letter rings, there's too much letters in there. It's kind of like the pacing of it can be a little slow. But here, we start off chapter 1, page 1, with a girl, a blonde with a gun. She's blonde hair, has two pigtails on the side. She's sitting on, I don't know what this is, and she has a gun in her hand. Uh, you know, Mentioning this, the fact that I had read the chapter prior, about a year or two ago, uh, we'll find out who this character is. It's looking like we'll probably find out in this chapter who this character is, and we'll see. At the end of the last chapter, Kafka was turning back into human after he defeated his first kaiju. Kaiju number 8, composite based on eyewitness testimony. The whereabouts of this kaiju, the eighth documented this year, remains unknown. The Defense Force is currently working to track its location. Man, they still haven't found that thing? Probably dead by now, don't you think? I know, right? This has gotten out of hand. It's been 3 months since my senior Kafka became the first unneutralized target since the inception of the Defense Force. Now, Defense Force officers across Japan are trying to track him down. I gotta get it moving. I want to stand by her side. So, Kaiju number 8. The reason he's number 8, just to like break it down for you guys, just to like sort of like if you're kind of confused why it's called Kaiju number 8, because he's the eighth documented the eighth documented kaiju that has popped up. So in this year, only this year alone, he's the eighth documented. So he becomes number 8. Which means like as kaijus pop up, they document them by numbers. They give them a numbers, and they know which one is neutralized. Just in case they escape, they'll say, "Okay, number 8 disappeared." So it seems like the Defense Force is looking for number 8, because the fact that he disappeared is a problem, right? Because if he disappeared, then the people in Japan know that there's something missing. What happened in it, if he wasn't neutralized. So it puts the people in a panic. And you see Ichikawa here, where he's like, "Yo, the Defense Force is looking for Kafka." This is from his point of view, real quick. "Oh yeah, Ichikawa, these came in for you and Kafka. He's on site right now, working the early shift. Go and deliver this to him. This to him for me. Defense Force first stage examination passed." So finally, Kafka looks like he gets his examination of the first stage, and it looks like he passed. And Ichikawa's just running. We passed the first stage exam. He sees him sitting there. Seriously? Why are you thinking exposing yourself in broad daylight like this? Quack. Hey, don't you think it's a bit early for roughhousing? Your face, look at your face. Are you seriously that oblivious? Seems like Kafka can now switch in and out of kaiju form, his face. But he's wearing the suit, so he can switch out and out. So Ichigawa is trying to keep him hidden, because Ichigawa knows that Ichigawa has sort of found like a liking for Kafka, even though because it seems like Kafka helped him out, and he knows that if they find out who he is, they'll kill him. So, oh crap! Guess it still slips out when I'm not paying attention. Oh, so sorry, I'm wrong. It seems like he still hasn't had full control out of it, and sometimes when he kind of like relaxes, it kind of like comes out. The kaiju comes out. He looks like he's suppressing it at the time, and sometimes if he's not suppressing it, it releases it. That should do the trick. You're still not back to normal. They were just talking about you on the news. You have to be more cautious, sir. All right, my bad. Okay. We told them it's the patient's room from the room. Are you two okay? That we got sacked and evacuated. Here, this is yours. Ah, cool. Cool. Good stuff. I thought you'd be more excited. Well, the second stage is the part I always bomb. That's then what's with the cocky face? So what now, sir? Do you still intend to carry on in that body of yours? No worries, I'm really good at hiding it. You're not fooling anyone. The second stage isn't all books and essays like the first stage. It's going to be full of officers. If you get found out, they won't hesitate to put you down. Even so, I'm taking the exam. I'm done. I've done tons of research the past 3 months, but I still haven't found a way for me to get completely back to normal. I'm already 32, so for me, this exam is literally my last chance. So right when he's saying that, you see a big picture of a Japanese, like a billboard with Japanese Defense Force accepting applications, and he's really like trying to catch up to Mina. Very well, but just know that I won't let up no matter what happens. You will be my rival after all. Damn, damn, list too tight. I take back what I said. This is bound to fail. Wait, I'll be fine. I can hide it when it actually counts. I'm serious. Don't expect me to save you if things go south. Thank goodness. If I had failed the first exam, I had been a pathetic excuse of a role model for that kid. All right, revenge match for revenge match time. 10 days later. So 10 days later, Defense Force Officer Selection Exam, second stage, Nisha Tokyo testing exam. So it looks like they're going to the testing exam. Wow. This is the Defense Force Tachikawa base. It's way bigger than the cool Magaya base I visited on my social studies trip. This place shares a building with the Japan Self Defense Force camp. In emergency situations, they work in conjunction to dispatch officers all over Nishi, Tokyo. That explains a lot. There are a lot of officers here, huh? If you were to transform now, there will be no helping you. Ichigo was really worried about this guy. No use chickening out now. Let's go, shall we? Hey, old man. No, where's the reception? I said, hey, old man, sir. And it seems like we meet the young lady that was on the cover page of the chapter. She's calling him old man. She comes out of a car. It looks like she has a butler. So we know that she's rich. Yes, I mean you, old man. That should have been obvious, you simpleton. Me? Is this girl an examinee? What, huh? I'm not an old man. I'm only 32 years old. Definitely an old man. Wait, is she right? Is she right? Well, she isn't wrong. That scrap heat is yours, right? It's in the way. I need to park my car, so move it. There's nothing but open spaces here. I want to park there. My lucky number is 5. Your lucky number? What's this snobby little brass deal? Step over, step over here. This youngster's gonna teach you a lesson in the matter in manners. You little enough. I'll move it. Uh, enough. I'll move it myself. So she takes off her dress or skirt or blah blah blah, whatever you want to call that. She takes off her dress. You see an outfit there, sort of like a suit, like a battle suit. Well, slow down. What are you? He's like, Caster's going to cover his eyes. You see her muscles, blah blah blah. She lifts up Kafka's trunk, his van. She lifts it, puts it on the side, drops it on the side. What? Not the company car. Who in the world are examining number 2016? Shinomiya. Kikoru Shinomiya. My hobby is kaiju slaying. You best not forget it. Shinomiya. All that aside, oldie, is it me or do you reek of kaiju? And that's the chapter. So, right at the end of the chapter, Chikora, let's go back. Chikora Shinomiya, she picks up poor Kafka's company car that he came to the test with, picks it up, puts it on the side because she wants to park it. Number five, we found out that somehow she smells him, so she's very well trained, very strong, very well trained. Ichigawa has a look on his face like he's heard the name before. Okay? He's like Shinomiya, and she looks at Kafka and she says, "Is it me or do you reek of kaiju? Like you smell like a kaiju. Why?" So most likely his excuse is probably gonna be like, "Oh, well, I work cleaning kaiju. Hello." So other than that, that is the chapter. Let's see this background information at the back. Kaiju number 8, background information part 2. Kaiju numbering. When a kaiju proves to be extremely powerful or difficult to neutralize, the Neutralization Bureau assigns it a number code name for identification purposes. So now we know. There we go. Just going back to why how the kaiju get numbered, the number of appearances, and when it's extremely powerful or difficult. So they know, they haven't been able to neutralize it. Kaiju disappeared. He got a number. He's number 8. So we'll find out more. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to press the like button. If you like the video, make sure to comment stuff about the chapter. I can look through the comments and make sure I can answer some questions and reply to some of you guys so we can go over. Because if you're interested in watching this, it's your typical sort of like always like most mangas and animes. What are they? It was always like an underdog. Kafka's an underdog, and somehow he gets a power. My Hero Academia, main character, underdog, no powers, he gets powers. Naruto, he had powers that he couldn't control, but he was hated because he had the soul inside. Always underdog story, always an underdog story. Unless you watched Bleach. Bleach, I think, was the only one that wasn't really an underdog story because he just like Ichigo just once he ended up getting the soul, slowly just like he went fighting, he got stronger and stronger and stronger. So so yeah, this is an underdog story, but this is different because it's dealing with a middle-aged man, not some young kid that wants to be the strongest or something like that. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you press the like button. Thank you again. This is your boy Death Strike out.